Hello, Ford Excursion fans. All right, we are going to do a driving and interior video of this gorgeous 2000 Ford Excursion limited package 4x4 with a 7.3 power stroke. All right, my Ford Excursion fans, you know what a diamond this is. Georgia truck, its entire life, sold new here in Georgia, Cherokee Ford. I'm the second owner. This is a pampered Excursion with only 83,000 miles on it. Completely original, completely stock, no modifications, doesn't even have a trailer brake. Try finding one like this. You won't, because I've looked for a long time. I'm an Excursion fan and I couldn't believe my eyes when I found this one. This is the Excursion to have, the rarest of the rare. I mean, you have to just really appreciate how insanely preserved this is. Leather is perfect. There were seat covers on it. All the power seats work. All the windows work. The AC works. Everything works. It needs absolutely nothing. Let me go to wide mode for you. It's a warm day here in Georgia, so I'm gonna get it started here. The wait to start light just went out. Look at that, 82,800 miles. That 7.3, I'm sorry, it's just the best. I mean, one of the most iconic engines. People go crazy for the 7.3. The reliability, the sound of it is my favorite. It just sounds like a truck. I mean, you just feel so American when you hear it. You just crank up and you're like, all right, America. The temp and compass still works. That was notorious to go out in these model Fords. Get it to FM. Sound works great in it. Air blows nice and cold. Look at that steering wheel, perfect. All the buttons are perfect. All the power windows work. Oh, I didn't even show you guys the back seat. Let me show you. I mean, look at that. No children, obviously. These Excursions were kid movers a lot of times, and the interiors have been destroyed on most of them. Trust me, I've seen enough to know. The third row has never been used. The rear seats doesn't look like they were ever used either. No cracks. I mean, literally this Excursion still has the new car smell in it. I mean, the seats look brand spanking new. No scrapes on the wood grain here. Again, so stock, it doesn't even have a trailer brake. Roll up all the windows. All the power lights work. And the mirror works, power mirror. Love these towing mirrors on this thing. This one again was loaded out with all the right options. The original owner put in an order for this when Ford released that they were coming out with the Excursion. So this is one of the early numbered ones. First year made and one of the early in production. Just doesn't get any better than this. All right. Turn this air down so you can hear it a little bit. Again, the 7.3, the international engine that Ford badged. It's a tried and true torque monster. Essentially, people say they are bulletproof engines because they are just workhorse engines. Everything's been serviced. Brake pads, fluids, all the lights work. All the signals work. I put brand new tires on it a couple weeks ago. BFG KO2's the best for the Excursion. I love hearing that turbo whine up. Oh, it's a beautiful sound. The diesel knock. It's loud, but it's not obscene. It's throaty and aggressive without being over the top. It's truly like the most perfect balance of harmonies and tones. It's just incredible. The Excursion is the biggest SUV, passenger SUV built. But what's funny is when you're driving, I know they look enormous on the road. They're aggressive looking. People, I think, get out of your way when they see it coming down the road. Especially nowadays, because you just don't see them like you used to. And obviously SUVs don't look anything like this anymore. But the straight lines on it are just classic, timeless. But it really handles like something a lot smaller than it is. Unless you've ever driven one, you know, you don't get it. But if you've driven one, you understand what I'm saying. It's so heavy that it just glides and holds the road. It doesn't bounce around. It's really not top heavy. It's such, I guess, because of the length of it and the weight of it. But really, I mean, it just handles beautifully. It's really maneuverable. It handles corners great. I really think the Excursion, it's my favorite SUV ever made, favorite vehicle I've ever owned. I've had a few of these, and they really do. They're just a great highway cruiser. They're great on curvy roads. I mean, I've got this thing on 60 miles an hour. Oops, says 30 miles an hour there. Don't tell on me. But I mean, it just handles these curves here in the North Georgia area. I didn't even realize I was doing 60. I'm like, oh wait, shoot. It's just so smooth. But yeah, no noises, no vibration. I'm driving with one hand. I mean, you could drive with one finger if you wanted to. Big curve, brakes, no squeaking, no vibrations. Love that torque. Get it. And it's not a rocket, but it's got a ton of power. I mean, it's a torque monster, but it gets up to speed fast. I mean, shoot, I've only been a few seconds in. I'm 70 miles an hour. One hand, not a thing. This is, I'm telling you, best driving truck SUV ever made. They'll never make them like this again. These are going down in history, and people are starting to notice. They are catching on fast. I swear every day these things get more and more valuable and more rare. It's crazy to think they're hitting that age now. I mean, this is 22-year-old truck. It's basically a classic now. Yeah, in 10 years when everything's all electric, these things are gonna be worth $100 million probably. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep on. I'm having too much fun. Take care.